Hi, I'm Kendra with Where's the Moon Astrology, and today I'm talking about Moon in Taurus individuals. So, again, I'm just going to go over the quick difference between the Sun and Moon because I already talked about Taurus a little bit in my Aries through Pisces playlist. But basically, the difference is basically that the Sun is your conscious will. That's going to be your conscious expression. It's the area of life that you take pride in, the traits that you express pridefully and flamboyantly. I like to say that the sun sign is basically going to be the most annoying expression of that sign. So like, if you're a Taurus sign, you're going to be expressing loudly and proudly the traits of Taurus, and it's going to be if you choose to take it in an annoying direction, it's going to be really, really annoying. But the moon is way more subtle. The moon is going to be your impulsive emotional reactions, your knee jerk emotional reactions, and it's just coming from a much more instinctual place. And you can really see it when you have the moon and the sun in two very different signs. For me, it's kind of hard to distinguish because I have my sun and moon both in fire signs. But if you have, say, um, like a Sagittarius sun and a Taurus moon, the difference can be quite vast between the expressions of those two planets. So basically, Moon and Taurus, I like to say that the Moon in Taurus is going to take any more kind of erratic energy in your chart, and it's going to kind of neutralize it a little bit. It's going to make you seem more grounded. It's going to give you a little bit more stability. So like say Gemini's kind of like a more cerebral sign. It's a sign that can be really, I don't want to say erratic. That's not really one of their traits, but they can be, really concerned with movement, really concerned with activity, changing perspective a lot. Sagittarius is another sign that can be really kind of flighty. Pisces is a sign that can be a bit flighty themselves. There's a bunch of zodiac signs that can be a bit um, detached or ungrounded. But if you have a Taurus moon, that's going to give you that kind of emotional stability. In fact, the moon is exalted in Taurus. It's like, in my opinion, it's the very best moon placement. I love my Sag moon, but if I were to pick a second moon sign, I think Taurus would be it because it is an exalted moon sign. And I've just noticed that people who have moon in Taurus have like a very relaxed emotional expression. They can kind of take life's hits as they come and just deal with them from a very stable place. They're not going to be really, really, um, they can go through really, really difficult things and still just maintain this kind of inner calm. Taurus is a very relaxed sign, it's a very grounded sign, and it's much concerned with, building. So it's going to be very, very grounded and it's going to give you a little bit more stability, even if the rest of your chart is a little bit more, fiery or airy or emotional, watery. Um, Taurus moon is going to give you a little bit more groundedness. Another thing I'll say about Taurus moon, what nurtures them emotionally? First of all, moon in Taurus is going to be very sensual. So they're going to be highly concerned with the pleasures of the senses and stability. It's an earth sign, so stability is part of that. Sensuality is part of that. Anything that appeals to the senses. So food. I know that's kind of stereotypical, but food is a big thing for Taurus moon, or really anything Taurus. But for moon and Taurus, it's going to be food is going to be something that could kind of emotionally nurture you. So this is a moon placement that can really eat their feelings or smoke their feelings or drink their feelings. Anything that makes their senses feel really good is going to be emotionally nurturing to Taurus moon. Also, Taurus is also concerned with their things, their money. So having nice things around them, being in a very aesthetic environment, being out in nature, um, earth signs and nature kind of go hand in hand as well. So being out in nature, being surrounded by beautiful objects, being in a serene and beautiful environment, that's going to be very nurturing to the Taurus moon. There's also an element of being nurtured by your financial situation. So Taurus moon is never going to want to be, I mean, nobody ever really wants to be lacking in finances, but some people can do it a little better. For instance, I have a Sag moon, so if I'm kind of short on finances, I'm just like, oh, that's okay, it'll come to me, like, I'm lucky. you know, I'm never in a bad place for too long, but Taurus moon can be really affected by the ups and downs of their financial situation. So if Taurus isn't doing well financially, they're probably not doing very well emotionally either. If they don't feel like they have some kind of security, and that goes for relationships as well as their financial situation, if they don't feel like they have security and something they can really build on, that is going to be depressing for them as well. They really want to have some kind of security. They want to have some kind of something that they can rely on, something that they can grow, something they can build. Um, that is very Taurian. So as far as the mother, the moon in the chart does speak to the mother, the kind of relationship that you have with your mother, the kind of person that she was. And this is because the moon, we basically are taught how to process our emotions by our mother. Our mother is our first caretaker, the first person who nurtures us, the first person who teaches us what emotional comfort is. So we take, um, basically, our moon is given to us by our mothers. Now, for Moon and Taurus, this is going to be somebody who you probably had a mother who is very stubborn, a mother who is a bit, I don't want to say rigid, but can be a little bit inflexible in her ideologies and her approach to her way of approaching parenting. Once she made a decision, it was probably pretty final. um, can be because she could have been a very solid and stable influence for you. Alternatively, she could have been somebody who was very, very indulgent and cared a lot too much about indulging in those sensual pleasures, cared a lot too much about, um, materialism. She could have been a bit detached emotionally in favor of image. I don't know about image so much, but in favor of, just indulging in the material realm. So she might not have been very connected emotionally, might have been more concerned with the material realm and the things in her life. So that was a brief synopsis of Taurus moon. Again, one of my favorite moon placements. I noticed that I get along really well with them. My Venus is in Taurus, so often my Venus is conjunct Taurus moon, and it's just a very, very nice connection. And I really appreciate that moon sign just for the stability and the peace that I feel when I'm around them because they're very peaceful. Um, so yes, anyway, that's the end of my Moon and Taurus video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you're interested in having a chart reading with me, please check the link in the description of this video. I offer all kinds of chart readings, and I just actually released a individual planet reports. So basically what that is Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars. I take, a really, really in-depth look at one planet in particular and its influence in your chart. So that goes into a lot more than even what I would cover for that one planet in a full birth chart reading. It's just very, very in-depth look at that one planet and what it's doing in your chart. So I'm really, really excited to do them. I've been enjoying them so far. Just check out what I have to offer in my store, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks so much.